Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Smith here, and I have a mini lesson for you. If you remember last year when I was in Mrs. Embry's classroom, we read these awesome books by Tommy, and I will show you some pictures. If you remember, this is Nana Upstairs, Downstairs, and it always talked about his family members and how his grandma lived in the same house as him, and he wrote a whole story about it. And we also talked about the awesome alligator, Bill and Pete, who was so funny, and they went on all kinds of amazing journeys. And we talked about the art lesson with a little boy who loved to create, but the art teacher who would not let him use any other extra papers. And my favorite one that he wrote was Stegna Nuna, who was about the old lady who told Big Anthony that he could not touch her pot. And guess what? There was spaghetti all over the town. And when we talked about these books, we also studied Tommy and what types of things that he had all in common. And I wanted to go over those with you in case you didn't remember. So we remember that he had beautiful illustrations, and they were always the same. He always used soft colors, and he always had them in beautiful boxes. And he always used things were realistic to his life. He also shows that characters are just real, and like his illustrations, he also writes and illustrates all of his own books. He did every part of the story. And often he had many stories, which I've already said are based on his own life. He took stories and experiences that he already had and put them into the stories for us to read and to enjoy. Some of his stories, like Stegna Nuna, was a story that he retold. And studying an author can really dig in to our stories and understanding why he made those and what was the purpose, what was the message, what does he want us to get out. And it's also really fun to dig in and see how his stories are connected. So I want you to think about it for our guided reading practice, because we're going to talk about it some more and talk about other authors and what they've written.